Sorry for that interruption. So, once you get your number split up and factored, you simplify what's left in your square root. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 3 is messy, so we're going to leave it as the square root of 3. When you're looking at variables, you divide the variables by 2, and if they have a remainder, you leave a variable in the square root. So 2 goes into 2 one time with no remainder, so 1x. Square root of x squared is x. The square root of y cubed can be simplified. 2 goes into 3 one time with 1 y remaining inside the square root. So here we have outside our square roots, we have 2x and y. So we're going to combine those, just 2 times x times y. The numbers left inside our square root is the square root of 3 and the square root of y. So the square root of 3y. And that's our solution. And that's our simplified square root. Okay, let's look at this one. If you have a number out front, you save it to be part of your answer, but we're not going to mess with it. Let's break up 20 into 2 factors. 2 times 10 is 20, but you can't take the square root of 2 or 10, so you don't want to do 2 and 10. 4 times 5 is 20, so we could do the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. We're going to leave our variables, x to the 5th, y to the 6th. And we simplify. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 5 is messy, so we'll leave it the square root of 5. 2 goes into 5 2 times with 1 remaining. 2 goes into 6 3 times with none remaining. Okay, so everything that was outside the square root you're going to combine. So 5 times 2, which is 10. You got an x squared and a y cubed. And then everything left inside the square root, you get to combine. Okay. This last one, we have a 7x outside of our square root, so we're going to save it. 24 can break down into what? You do 4 times 6, we could do 3 times 8, we do 2 times 12. Some of those, obviously 4 and 6, you can take the square root of 4. So square root of 4 times the square root of 6 times your variables, the x cubed, y to the 8th. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 6 is messy. How many times does 2 go into our exponent of 3? Okay, it goes in once with 1 remainder. How many times does 2 go into 8? It goes in 4 times with no remainders. So we're going to multiply 7x times 2 times x times y to the 4th. So 7 times 2 is 14. We have this x and this x, so x times x would be x squared. So when we combine those, that's x squared, and then we have that y to the 4th. And then what's left inside of our square root is 6 and an x. That's the notes.